You are not a pro, but you can train and think like one. I'm Philip and I make squash coaching videos. Hello and welcome to Mindset Tips number 9 to 12. Now, if you are new to my Mindset Tips series, I highly recommend you watch the intro up here. And if you can't see that, then the link is in the text description. The tips are independent. You do not need to have seen numbers 1 to 8. Those are 2 videos, 1 to 4, 5 to 8. But I highly recommend you do that because, of course, I think that they're useful for you. Again, those links are in the text description. So that's it. Let's get started. Tip number 9. For regular goals, set specific times and locations. Now imagine that you say, yep, 3 times a week, I'm going to do 3 minutes of planking. And that's a good goal. That's something that's in your control, which is one of the previous tips. It's going to help your squash. It's a good thing to do. But research shows that the more specific you are about setting the time and location, the more likely you are to accomplish that goal. For example, say to yourself, at 10 o'clock on Monday, Wednesday and Friday, 10 o'clock at night, I'm going to do my 3 minutes or 2 minutes of planking in the bedroom, in the sitting room. But setting the location and setting the date and time helps you achieve those goals. Now, don't worry if you miss one of those things. One day you get home late and you can't do it exactly on the time, or another day you're really tired and you go to bed. It doesn't matter. We're not saying that by setting those dates and times you will definitely do them, but you are more likely to do them. Be realistic. Be very, very realistic in setting those things. Don't even think about saying I'm going to get up at 6 o'clock in the morning and I'm going to do my planking in the garden. Come on, maybe once or twice you'll do it, especially in the summer because it's a nice thing to do. But on a cold January morning, it's raining, you're going to get up at 6 o'clock and go in the garden? No, you're not. So try to set something that is actually achievable and realistic, and you're more likely to achieve your goals. Tip number 10. Now, I have to admit that I didn't produce this image very well. It didn't quite work out the way I wanted. It's kind of got 2 things going on here. So the first one is winning doesn't make you better. And that's not particularly true. You can still get better from winning. But if you're playing the same group of people all of the time and you're beating them all of the time, you are not improving as quickly as you could. You could still be improving because they're getting better because they're playing you, but you're not improving as quickly as if you play people who beat you. Now, the second part of this tip is really about playing the same group of people. I have said it before, and I am not embarrassed to say it again, but you need to change the people that you play with. Even if they beat you sometimes, that's not enough. You need to experience different styles of play. That will get you to improve much faster. So the 2 things here is, 1, if you're playing the same people and winning all of the time, or even if you play lots of different people and you always win, you need to change something. You need to change different people. And even if you play the same group of people but you're losing, you need to change the people because playing different people will help. So that's a simple tip, but I know it can be difficult to make that jump if you're accustomed to playing the same people. What do? Do you join a league? Do you play in a tournament? Those can be quite scary for club players or, leisure centre players, people who just play with their friends. But really, it will make a huge difference to your game with literally no effort. 1 phone call. Yeah, hi, John said that we might get a game of squash. Oh, yeah, sure. Okay, perfect. A phone call and you've got a chance to get better. So that was tip number 10. Tip number 11. Realise that your attitude is a choice. You walk onto court feeling negative, you're always complaining about something. That is a choice. You can choose to change your mindset. Now, I know that that's a very simple blanket statement, and there are lots of people in lots of situations who can't do those things. I'm not simply saying, if you're depressed, you can choose not to be depressed. I know that it's not that simple. But often the attitude you go onto court, you can change. It might not be easy, but you can change it. You walk onto court and say, my backhand is always bad, and you've been doing that for the last few months. Well, change that attitude. Say, this is an opportunity for me to improve my backhand. Maybe I'm going to watch Philip's 5 common mistakes of backhand because that will help me improve. Link it there or in the text description. But seriously, if you've got something that you're complaining about, do something about it. Make the first step. Walk onto court and say, today I'm going to have fun because that's really important. Secondly, I'm going to do my best because that's really important. And thirdly, I'm going to try and win. Okay, you win, you win. If you don't, you don't. But if you're having fun and you've tried your best, as a coach, I can't ask for more. Change your attitude to be more positive if you can. Tip number 12, develop a pre-service routine. Now that doesn't matter whether you are serving or receiving. It could be cleaning your goggles, moving your strings, doing some particular movements. Now pre-service routines are normally when you serve, but I actually think that they could be more important when you receive because you've just lost the point. So if you've lost the point, then what happened? Now, the type of routine that you do is really just to reset. I'm not expecting you to walk around the court doing some kind of analysis of the previous rally, although there are some things you can do, like you can ask, why did I lose that point? Oh, I lost it because I boasted and he dropped, and then you hear yourself saying that again and again. Oh, well, maybe you see a pattern. But really, for this particular tip, I just want you to give yourself time. Give yourself time to say, the previous rally is over. I now need to focus on this one. I'm not going to let my opponent rush me into receiving serve. So something that means that your opponent can't serve until you are ready will be really helpful for thinking about the new rally as that, a new rally. Of course, don't take it to extreme. Don't walk around for like 30 seconds and the opponent's like, come on, let's get on with it. I'm not saying delay the game. I'm just saying don't be rushed and get into a routine that resets your mind so the new rally is fresh and you can focus back on your game plan. I watch a lot of videos on YouTube and it absolutely drives me crazy when they end with please subscribe. So please subscribe. This is a video that YouTube thinks is a good fit for you based on what you've been watching. And this is a playlist of all the mindset tips which hopefully you've been watching as well. Now, remember, do something every single day to improve your squash. Go on.